Unfortunately, Ukrainian economy in a lot of ways is driven by politics. And in many ways, we are exposed to the next year's election cycle, president's election, parliament election, for obvious reasons. A, just the general macroeconomic policy. B, relationships with IMF. C, overall relationship on a military, geopolitical level. That being said, for investors who are dedicated to this market, who are here for many years, they usually are still doing their job despite the election cycles. And that had proven to be a successful strategy. My biggest challenge up until now was fundraising and getting capital and then kind of getting this capital investing into the companies. Once I received, we as a group, we succeeded in raising our first capital, and we did 2 investments this year. We actually see that this dry environment and lack of liquidity for us as investors are actually positive, because we see little competition for deals. We see that in most of the cases we can consider investing into leader companies in their industries. The valuations are fair, are not inflated. So we think that if you have access to capital for an investor, this is actually a good opportunity. There are 7 million Ukrainians who own 20+ million hectares of arable land. These are the people who live in the rural areas, and usually they own between 2 and 4 hectares each. But in the beginning of 2000, the Ukrainian government imposed a ban, a moratorium, on them selling this land or them investing that land into something, or that land being used as a collateral, or them exchanging that land. If the moratorium is abolished, A, the rights of 7 million Ukrainians would be restored, but B, it can draw significant investments both into agriculture and into other areas, because it's a huge asset base. If you take the same land in terms of fertility as Ukraine, which is a corn belt of the United States, the current prices of a hectare in the United States corn belt is $16,000 per 1 hectare. And that's the main price driver. Well, there are others like risk or property rights protection, but in an ideal world, the main price driver is the fertility or the productivity. So theoretically, with all risks, other risks aside, Ukrainian land should be priced at $15,000, $16,000 per 1 hectare. If you multiply 22 million hectares by any number, starting from $1,000 per hectare to $5,000 per hectare, you derive to a number of $20 to $100 billion of assets which are now being frozen, which is about the size of Ukrainian economy. So it's a huge economic resource which is now not being used.